What's your favorite childhood memory? Maybe it's something that includes your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister, but no doubt it includes your family. For the past few years, I've spent my summers working at an orphanage in Honduras, so I know firsthand what it's like for a child to grow up without a family. There are so many awful things in this world that we don't have any control over, but this is relevant to you because you can do something about this problem. Adoption is one of the few acts in life that can change someone's world. So today I want to talk to you about the orphan crisis and what you can do to help. As I was doing research for this speech, I came across the term the orphan crisis over and over again, and this is a tragedy that affects every country on earth. There are an estimated 150 million orphans worldwide. However, that does not include the most vulnerable children, the children who live on the streets or who are trafficked for labor or sexual exploitation or are recruited for armed forces. Studies show that 60% of girls who grow up without a family turn to prostitution, and 70% of boys who grow up without a family turn out to be hardened criminals. Every single one of these numbers is a child who should be innocent. Every single one of these numbers is a child who should be protected from the evil in this world, not thrown into it. All of these statistics are very sobering and depressing, but that's not why I gave them to you. I don't want you to feel sorry for these children because they don't need your pity. I want you to do something. 81.5 million Americans have considered adoption, and if even 1 in 500 of these families would adopt, every child in foster care would have a home. These children are supposed to be innocent, and for 150 million children, that's not the case. There's 150 million children who are living in situations that are unimaginable for us, but that doesn't have to be the case. Adoption gives new life. It gives new hope that these kids have never even imagined. Adoption takes a child who is broken and cold and gives them the opportunity to heal and learn how to hope again. Adoption gives that girl who was bound for prostitution an opportunity to become a teacher, or that boy who is bound for prison a chance to become a doctor. So, what will you do? I've seen firsthand how adoption can be a long, tedious, expensive process, but I've also seen the joy on a child's face when he gets to go home with his forever family, and no amount of money can compare to that. So learn more about adoption for yourself, research it, contact an adoption agency near you, visit websites like allblessings.org or adoptionnetwork.com or adoptionplanning.com. You will love more passionately, hurt more deeply, grieve more bitterly, and celebrate more joyously throughout the process of caring for vulnerable children than you ever thought possible. We must be willing to embrace their brokenness. We must be willing to walk down this path for their sake.
Yay!
Big